spending 30 and a couple years of your life thinking you're stupid because that homework assignment that the teacher handed to you and all of your classmates took you a couple extra minutes. You're lazy because that project has been sitting on your desk a little over 3 weeks and it's still not done. Or you're unkind, inconsiderate, or incompassionate because you can't follow a conversation longer than 3 minutes without your eyes wandering or your mind wandering. Now, imagine walking your son into his doctor's appointment, 1 of 4 again, remember. There's a lot of them to keep up with. Walking him into his doctor's appointment, and they always ask, do you have any concerns? And this particular day, my concern was that he just doesn't play with his toys. He might do so for 2 minutes, maybe 3, and then he moves on to the next. So I battle this because maybe he's a genius and buy him the next level toys. The doctor looks me dead in the eye and says, Mama, you have ADHD. It's likely that your son does too. Immediately, all of the blood drained out of my face, and I must have looked shocked like 1,000 knives had stabbed me in the heart as every bad word, every name, everything, every doubt rushed into my heart and my brain. She immediately consoled me and let me know that this is okay. It's actually more common than you think. There's professional help. There's medications. There's personal development and groups. And there's also a lot more research that can be done and still needs to be done on this. So I went home and I started researching, and I've done all of these things, and a couple months later I find out, indeed, I do have ADHD. Imagine that. But on top of that, I also have high-functioning anxiety. Now, you're probably looking at me going, you have high-functioning anxiety and you're up there? That's why I talk a little fast. But also, feel the fear and do it anyway. Now, you're going to take that ADHD, the high-functioning anxiety, you're going to throw in a little procrastination, add a little overstimulation, sparkles, shake it up, and you have me. Okay? And I've come to terms with this. And it's okay. But if this is you, there are lots of things that you can do, and that's what we're going to get into a little bit later. But first, it's Monday morning. I have a list of 32 items to do aside of me, and we all know what that looks like, right? Monday morning, coffee, I can do this, And at the end of the day, I got them all done. Check, check, check. I am a champion. Tuesday, I'm going to put up my Christmas tree. That's it. That's all I want to do. I tell my husband that this is the case. I rush the kids off to school because I really do love decorating for Christmas. I go back inside, I drag the tree into the middle of the living room. I'm super excited. I start to put it together, and I look at right where it's going to go in the living room, and there's a dust bunny hanging from the air conditioner. I think we all know where this is going. I immediately start taking apart the air conditioner, throwing the pieces in the sink. From the sink, I'm triggered to go grab the sippy cups and the bottles and all of the other dishes that are laying around the house. But while I'm doing this, I find a sock. Not a sock. And when I go to put it in the laundry room, I realize the baskets are overflowing, and we don't have a washer and dryer in our house. So what does that mean? Every laundry basket is overflowing, and now I have to load every single thing into my car, go to the laundromat, and stay there, because if I don't, I'm going to forget. I'm going to leave all my clothes behind. I'll remember after they close. A little too late. I finish drying them. I run home. I don't put them away because we all know that takes 7 to 10 business days. I finish cleaning every other thing. My kids come home, and they are so excited. The house is spotless. What do little boy brains do? I have more space for my toys. I'm so defeated. My husband comes home. He looks me in the eye. I always appreciate that he says, "It looks like you've been really productive today." Not pointing out that the Christmas tree isn't where it's supposed to be perfectly. I love pulling the branches apart, and if you need some help with that, call me, I'll do it. And it wasn't up. We always decorate our tree together. He said, how about we all just put it up together? So we did. And then we got out the ornaments. We all take turns, and we all put this Christmas tree, together with whatever ornaments you're feeling that day. The tree is never symmetrical. It's never perfect. It's not something you'd see in the center of Macy's, but it's perfect for us, our family, and we lived happily ever after. Why do I tell you a story of a Christmas tree? Because everything, every goal, every day has lots of little pieces, lots of little to-dos, lots of tasks. Even moving a mountain can be done one rock at a time. And I know some of you are thinking, yes, it can be done, but what if I fail? Oh dear, but what if you fly? What if tomorrow morning you woke up and you knew you were unstoppable? How about you go home and you write at the top of your mirror, if you wouldn't say it to them, don't say it to yourself. I used to put pictures, we just moved, so I haven't done this yet, and I can't say that I did, but I put pictures of my children when they're babies, and myself as a baby. Because how dare you speak to my friend that way? These things get into your brain, and they hack them. Your brain runs a lot like a computer. So does yours. So does mine. But these things get in and they hack it. So we're going to install a little bit of spyware today. And we're going to focus, imagine that, on these focus follies. I don't enjoy the word ADHD, procrastination, overstimulation, and the like. I feel like people think that I'm using them as an excuse, and obviously, I'm doing my very best not to. But I'm not always going to respond to that email in 7 minutes because, ding, fries are done. If you Google, look anywhere on social media for ADHD hacks, for focus folly hacks, one of the first ones and one of the most prominent ones that you're going to find is body doubling. Now, body doubling can be done physically or virtually. Physically is where you have someone come and sit in the room with you, and they just sit there while you get your to-do list done. They'll run to the trash can. They'll, go get you a drink. They'll do all of these things for you. I don't enjoy it with a person in the room. However, I love doing it virtually. We'll set up phone calls with all of my friends, and we'll giggle and tell a little story, and then we'll run away, and we'll come back, and we'll giggle and tell a story, and we'll run away, and we'll do it that way. There is also a website available where you don't have to utilize your friends in that manner, and you just turn off your camera, they turn off theirs, and away you go. The body doubling creates a form of accountability. I want to do this task. I'm going to do this task. Can you sit here while I do this task? Another form of accountability that I love to use is my children. Oh, sorry. No, I love having them set a 10-minute timer, and they take turns, and they tag in. Mommy, do you need anything? Mommy, can I get you a drink? The reason I have them do this is because if I spilled that water, and now I need to go get a towel, and I leave that room, and I stop doing that task, and I go get the towels are going to be color-coded and by texture. Nobody needs that. So I stay in the room, and I let the spill sit there until, ding, they come and check on me. Now, I do this for a couple different reasons. Reason number one, have I been productive since the last child came to check on me? Sorry, I'm just picturing the 3-year-old going, you need anything? And number two, did I stay in the room, right? Don't let me leave that room. I am not coming back. Shoes on means work. Now, this is one of my favorites. Get up in the morning, drink your cup of coffee. You normally do that barefoot or in slippers, right? And you're not running around in slippers too often. Emergencies, I get it. Sometimes the grocery store, I get that too. Finish your cup of coffee, put your shoes on, you are ready for the day. Putting the shoes on represents leaving, represents productivity, represents movement. My favorite part is the end of the day. I've checked that last thing off my list. I am done, 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 done. And I turn into this big, cuddly, snuggle blanket on the couch that just begs for people to throw water and snacks at me. But I'm done. In the morning, when I get ready, I have a basket. Another hack, baskets. Have them all over the house. Poor husband, poor kids. But this one contains my toothbrush, my toothpaste, my deodorant, my lotion. If it is not in that basket, I'm not using it. Because you've all seen the video of the woman brushing her toothbrush, brushing her teeth, not her toothbrush, with her toothbrush, and she leaves it sitting on top of her washing machine. I would spend 15 minutes trying to look for that toothbrush, so instead I stay in that one area, I get everything done right then and there. I put everything back in the basket because, again, if we don't, I don't know when I'm going to find it. That 15 minutes spent looking for your toothbrush could be set in a timer, and I know some of you are thinking a timer, oh, you're thinking of that 90-second plank that you had to push yourself through and sweat through and curse a little through. My timers keep me focused. They keep me accountable. Don't look at your phone until it dings. I love the Pomodoro method. 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. 25 minutes of pure focus and productivity where I do not touch anything else but the thing that I am doing. And then a 5-minute break. I got to text everybody back right now. Now, with these timers, you're all going, what are you going to do about distractions? Stay tuned for distraction tamers. If I'm seated at a desk, I love using Post-it notes. Anybody that knows me can tell you I probably have a million. I don't want to run out. With the junk removal company, we tend to get them in droves, and I keep every single one because you just never know. What if they stop making them? I'm done. If I'm out and about, I have this app that I absolutely love. It's color-coded. I get to set priorities. You can even set reminders and routines. You're going to find the right app for you. I probably went through 32 or so. But if I'm at my thrift store, my favorite hack is to throw a masking tape roll on this arm, a Sharpie in this pocket, and I run around, and anytime somebody goes, but we need more, and did you, and could you, and what about, I write it on a piece of tape, and I stick it on my shirt. And at the very end of my day, the last Post-it note, the last piece of tape, the last thing swiped on my phone means I'm done. Alarms help you get through your day. They help get you up. They help remind you of meetings like this morning, grab your stuff and go. But you can also set an alarm to, hey, drink more water. Did you eat today? How about an alarm that just says, you are awesome? I want to thank you all so much for being here today. Don't forget, you are awesome, and procrastinators unite tomorrow.